Hey everybody, what's going on? This is Spurley, and today I have another commentary. Just real quickly, because I really don't want to spend any time talking about anything else. But sorry I haven't uploaded in a while. Not going to apologize. Not going to name out a new schedule because no one ever sticks to that. And in this gameplay, really quickly, just want to make this note that this is a really cool setup if you use the SWAT Select Fire Suppressor. And it's really fun. Anyway, that's not really that important compared to what I'm talking about today in this video. So what I want to talk about today is the United States using drones domestically and the assault weapon ban. Now, if you know anything about me, you probably know that I disagree with both of these. I disagree with both the drones, whether or not they are, armed drones. I disagree with the use of them, and I also disagree, of course, with the assault weapon ban. And I think that these two coming into effect right now is pretty scary, and I don't think a lot of Americans make the connections that are necessary to, what could happen. So whenever whenever some big thing that you've heard on the news a lot, or something like a new piece of legislation that's coming into place, you shouldn't always think about what it can do for you, because that's not always what's going to happen. You should think about the worst possible scenario and ask yourself, is this what you want to happen? Because good things that happen to you, that's not bad, but that's not what should make your choice. You should be mindful of what the negative connotations each piece of legislation could have towards your life, and that should be your driving force on whether or not you're in support or against certain, pieces of legislation or bills or laws. So the first thing that we saw come in was the assault rifle ban, and if you read the Constitution, it says no person shall have their I'm paraphrasing, of course, but it says the right to own guns for a person shall not be infringed. And there's not a whole lot in my mind of interpretation going on, and because to me that's just telling you the right for a person to own a gun should not be infringed at all. I think that's pretty clear. If you don't understand that, I don't know. It just seems so clear to me. I don't understand how that could be even debatable in any kind of setting, other than one of just pure someone being argumentative for the sake of being argumentative. Because some things, I'm an argumentative person, and that just seems very clear to me. So anyway, that's why potentially I think that is wrong, and I think that any government that's deciding, oh well, our citizens can't have these types of guns or this type of magazine, I think that that's a little bit scary, because whenever the people are unarmed and uneducated, that's possibly the worst combo in the world. And I'm not going to go as far to say as Americans are, uneducated, but a lot of Americans, the average American, the person that I will talk to on average, will not know what's going on in the world. A lot of people don't really know about the drone usage of drones, and I think that that's amazing to me. I don't know why people aren't getting all up in arms about this. It's a pretty big deal. So taking away assault weapons, I think, is dangerous, because it's what our military is using, and a lot of people make the argument, why in your civilian life are you ever going to need to own, a big assault weapon? And the reason is because our rights allow us to have one, because in case the government, oversteps their boundaries, we need to have what the military is going to have, because if they're going to be marching around on your streets, you should be able to match them. You should be able to have the same type of gun they have, otherwise it's just a slaughter. And so that's part of the reason that the use of assault weapons is constitutional, and it's that's why the right to bear arms shall not be infringed. That's why it was given to us in the Constitution, because of what our founding fathers went through with Great Britain. And so now we move on to the drone strikes, which has come in not too much longer, after this whole assault weapon thing. And at first, I think that this was the scariest thing in the world, was that At first, the whole bill was that the United States government had authorization to kill their own citizens without any trial, and I don't think we need to go as far as the Constitution to know that's wrong. But if you go into the Constitution, it says every person has a right to has a right to a trial, and by killing someone for a crime is like not giving them a trial at all if you just go out and kill them. And so I don't think, but I don't think we need to go as far as the Constitution to understand that, a president killing his own citizens is not something that we should, allow be passed into legislation. But we were having a debate about this in one of my classes yesterday, and we were talking about this, and it got brought up. I don't think that the government should be allowed to kill its own citizens. And when that got brought up, the teacher told us that that's kind of not current for what's going on right now. Apparently, that was taken out. And quite honestly, I was just telling you like a minute ago how uninformed most people are in the United States, and I think that's an example of why. And an example of that, not why, but an example of the lack of information that has been going on. So, and I think that that's a pretty scary thing, even regardless. So, say the drones are not allowed to be, they're not allowed to be armed drones, right? So, do you still think that that's right? What's the difference between a helicopter and a drone? Well, for once, you can see a helicopter coming from a mile away. If someone decides to fly a drone over your house, say it's even unarmed, right? Say the drone has no weaponry on it at all, it just has a camera and a recording device, or even just a microphone. Do you want that drone to be able to see and hear everything you're doing? Quite honestly, I don't think that is right, because say the government suspects you of being a terrorist. Now let's actually pretend for this sake that you just happen to be a terrorist, and you're not just someone that the government wants to think is a terrorist. Say you're actually a terrorist in the United States, and you're a United States citizen. Now, do you think that it's right that the government can overhear on you? Yes, I think that the government should be able to, spy on you, but I think it is far. I think that goes farther than wiretapping to go listen on a person what they're doing inside their own house with the drone, because you don't see the drone, you don't hear the drone, and that drone is basically going to go around undetected, and it can get whatever information you want. And not only that, what can they do with that information, and are you could possibly convicting yourself into a crime by just the government overhearing you with the drones. And so that's why I think it's a pretty scary ordeal, and not a lot of people know what's going on. But if you think about what's going on here with the whole drones, America gets the right to kill its own citizens, and the assault weapon ban, if you look at all that together, if you step back a little bit, take a look at the big picture, it's actually a pretty scary thing, what's going on. And so each of you watching my channel are pretty you're pretty not big YouTubers as in you have large followings, but you're big on the whole YouTube thing, and you know what's going on on YouTube and everything like that. So I would advise you to take that same level of knowledge and openness and awareness, and watch what's going on in the world, especially in your country, because some scary things are going on sometimes, and I think it's very important to make sure you know what's going on. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. I really do appreciate it. Leave a like rating if you enjoyed the video. But see you guys next time. If you're still here at this point, maybe I've earned your like. You can subscribe at the bottom right. Here's 2 videos that you might have missed that I both thought were actually pretty good. The one on the left was about not letting the terrorists win, and I think that's a good video. You should watch that one for sure. And the one on the right is used games on the new generation of consoles, and we've all heard information about that. So I would definitely watch the one on the left. Thank you guys for watching, and if you would subscribe and like the video, and I will see you guys later.